Warning. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is rated M by the ESRB due to content that may be uncomfortable to watch, hear, or read for some viewers. Cursing, vulgarity, and some other instances have been edited out or revised. However, viewer discretion is still advised. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world? The most desperately awful group of people ever? That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. It's been a while because, for some reason Sony cannot fix their products. So, Remote Play still's not working, and I forgot that I own a capture card. So, also note to people who use capture cards on, their PlayStation 4 or 5, you cannot put your headphones into your controller and have your capture card connect audio on your OBS. Just gonna tell you. But we are on chapter 6, finally, hallelujah, and we're gonna talk to Kyoko. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
I didn't have to say it. Also, I'm not sick anymore, yay! Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? So, let's... Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... click. Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Thank goodness! Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. A lot of words. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. I'm pretty sure in the anime she goes up first, which doesn't make any sense to me, but I remember her commenting about you better not look up at all, or Makoto saying something about it and getting embarrassed or whatever. So I like how in the game she goes up first, but I think it's so then it's like, I think it's supposed to be like mild fan service. I think that's why. But you know, it's blacked out, so it's fine. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Yeah, maybe let's not tell people not to fall, because then they think about not falling and then they, like, need to fall. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride? So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking info up about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride by attending Hope's Peak. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. Because she needed to find her father. That's not a spoiler, right? Like, she needed to find her dad? That was revealed last time, right? I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. She's like, wrong. I didn't want to reconnect. I wanted to tell him, screw you, I'm not talking to you anymore.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? Oh, did I just spoil that? For some reason I thought she already said that. But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? Yeah, there's a difference between talking to or with and saying something to. No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. That's okay. So he cut himself off from his family. Which is why she hates him, because she's like, it's a sense of duty, and you don't have that sense of duty, and you said, no, I don't want to do this. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. And that's why she hates him. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I wonder, and maybe this gets revealed, but I wonder if he was forced to keep her behind. Like, if the grandpa, because I don't actually remember this part, I wonder if the grandpa was like, no, Kyoko stays here. If you're gonna go off and not be a detective, don't drag your poor daughter into that world too. Or something like that, I don't know. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. Well, maybe he took pride in something else. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. Girl, I'm sure you could. You read any Nancy Drew novel? That girl finds a mystery everywhere. Have you ever seen Scooby-Doo? They just stumble upon mysteries. They're trying to take a vacation? Mystery. Going to see cousin, aunt, uncle? Mystery. Like, everywhere. It's everywhere. Getting back together for Daphne's birthday? Go on a retreat to Moonscar Island? Mystery. Like... I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative. Yeah, that's true, actually. And more emotional. That's okay. Women contain multitudes. I just said that on the phone to my fiance earlier. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? but it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
so...
The way everyone else looked at me. Oh, because you're a poor, pitiful child who was left. Oh, I remember that part. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. The poor thing. I'm sorry, Kyoko. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. You know what, girl? You sure will. You'll make a name for yourself by yourself. You don't need no man, not even Makoto Naegi.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. I have a lot of thoughts about that. Because, like, if he left, I don't know. Every single Danganronpa character needs therapy. I'll just leave it at that. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. Girl, I have doubts about your doubts. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Blood is not the only thing a family makes. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? No, girl, it is not. 'Tis not. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. I feel like, yeah, if I were in the moment, I'd be like, oh, okay. So instead, I said nothing. Or that too, because, you know, that would also be awkward. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Ta-da! Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted just looking at it. I don't know how y'all did it. My arms and legs would be on fire. I also hate climbing ladders. I'm not really a heights person. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Can we talk, though? So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he be? Girl, he was supposed to be executed. Monokuma was like, you know what? He'll starve down there. Kyoko was like, no, I'm gonna go get him, and now you're back. I'd be worried, too.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Okay. Wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. She really likes that word. Ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean? Oh, right, because he wasn't there for that conversation. The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. It'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Okay, I guess, yeah, let's go to the gym. Oh, you know what? I can teleport. And I'm going to. Okay, well, yeah, let's teleport here. Have to find my way around the game again. Because Sony can't get their act together. It's been 2 weeks and remote play still doesn't work. And the workarounds are too convoluted for me to figure out. Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. A llama, he's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? She sure did.
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? Hey! You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. Because they're in love, and I want them to be together forever.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Monokuma was like, and so what if I did?
however,
But there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego? You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. I'm snapping with my left hand so you can't hear it. Yeah. And you can't hear me like do the little pinchy fingers like, yes, queen.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. Well, that's because we have a whole bunch of evidence that is not being given to us. That's why we can't solve it. But we can, if everything is fair. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now. But with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
However,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Right, because they found out that it's being broadcasted. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. And the New World Order comes in again. Every time, it's Kyoko. This song comes on every time Kyoko is on the screen. It's wonderful. I love it. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. I didn't even have to say that. That's great.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Yeah, that's right. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
did I suggest you take my advice? Monkuma's like, darn you, Kyoko Kirigiri, you foiled my plans once again. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Yes! Did I say I got to meet her voice actress? Because she was so nice.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Monokuma is speechless. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry? They're like, Monokuma, you're being cringy. Stop.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. That's kind of a hint. Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. I've lost my Monokuma voice. I don't know where it went, but I've lost it. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely
Let's have one
contain
final
myself.
grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Buried. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely
then that'll be enough to
contain myself.
qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe this is how it has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's a part of the regulations? They're trying to tell you that whoever's controlling Monokuma is a student at the school. Anyways. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. That will be important. Keep it in your head. Keep so many things in your head. Little pieces that I've said, by the way, keep that in mind, that those are going to come into play now. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. That's also important. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Monokuma's like, that's all that you get. I'm pleading the fifth. Why do you go quiet all of a sudden? Hee hee hee. So that face is. I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Because the person controlling him is emotionally unstable. Usually, but now more so than ever. Because they're on a ledge and they're trapped.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. And then he just keeps laughing. Because he's maniacal. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out at the gym. Now we're back here. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Kyoko's like, I'm thinking. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Let's talk to her then. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment, like the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. Let's ask her about that. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? No, it's been a while since I played this game, so no, I don't remember. They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. Actually, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, if you have hackers on the internet, like... But maybe because of when this game came out, maybe it was more, like, unbelievable. But in this day and age, like, I'll believe anything. You know what I mean? Well, no. Take what I said with a grain of salt. I won't believe anything. But there are some things that I am going to be like, yeah, that probably, yeah, that's a thing.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would
Obviously,
seem-
if they hijack the airwaves. The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. If the motives didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. I don't know. Maybe Celestia would have. Maybe Celestia would have still. I don't know. My headcanon is that if the Sayaka murder had not have happened, that it would be like a really long time. This is without motives. It would be a really long time, and it would be because Toko got so fed up with Byakuya that she killed him. I think that would be it.
In other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. To prove that despair is a more powerful force than hope. That's literally the whole theme of this game, is despair versus hope. And every time I read despair, the only thing I think of is Danganronpa, which is so... I don't know how to feel about that. Prove a point? Makoto, buddy. I don't know if it's because I'm just in, like, that mood today, but the fact that he questions everything that she says really gets on my nerves sometimes. I'm like, listen, you don't have to repeat everything that she just said.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. Ultimates. You're talking about hope, right? Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense because this is Hope's Peak. So it's like the hope of the world or whatever.
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? See, this is what I mean. Literally all the time. He's constantly questioning everything, and I feel like I'm reading the same thing over and over and over again. But that's ridiculous. All of this, and that's what you find ridiculous? That seems the most plausible part.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. Irrationally ridiculous, yes, but not like, that could never happen ridiculous, because obviously it's happening. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? Probably.
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. That was hard to say.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Let's see. What is it? L1? Let's look at this. Keep that in mind. Anyways,
Right.
moving on. So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all the proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you're still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge? What can I say? She's a queen. She's a baddie. She's smart.
However,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. Obviously, Makoto.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Don't call yourself pathetic, that's okay. You know what? You gotta fake it till you make it.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. Makoto, I might hold your hand when I say this, but that's been the real enemy this whole entire time. But I don't think you're ready for that conversation. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? She's thinking about Byakuya, because he's a not nice word. Huh?
anyway,
Right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Alright, let's go, I guess. Oop, wrong button. I am gonna teleport, though. Oh. There we go. Let's teleport. So are we knocking on their doors? So, Taka, Kyoko, Mondo, Byakuya. Let's start with him, I guess. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside? Knock, knock. Why wouldn't you ring the doorbell? Knock, knock.
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Okay, Saika, Junko, Toko. This is Toko's room. Is she inside?
hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Okay. I don't know where they're supposed to be. Maybe in Hina's room? This is Hina's room.
hey,
Okay, keep looking, I guess. I mean, we only got one room left. And that's Yasuhiro. Oh. Okay, she said dorms, but I bet that they're in the dining hall. So that seems to be the meetup place, so let's go in there. And if I remember in the anime, I think that's where they go to. And suddenly, we were greeted with... Oh. You again. I don't even know how to... Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Okay. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah! Aww.
Makoto?
Aww. It's our friends.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Yeah, but I bet you said that with a smile on your face, you butthead.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Oh my gosh. How I've missed them. It's like seeing old friends. Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. So happy to see him until you find out how bad he smells. Ooh. I want to talk to Kyoko.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Huh?
Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course, it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro? Yeah.
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. You usually are, but that's okay. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. Yeah, tell him, Kirigiri. Oh, that was hard to say. Tell him, Kirigiri. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with the way we are. I'm fine living with Master forever. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries is a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. Oh, he means in the investigation, who they're conspiring against. Okay. But the whole time, the mastermind's been your one common enemy. But it's fine. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
I
Can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Because Byakuya is a butt. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Oh, okay. The people who have participated in the killing game have been the only ones here the entire killing game. 16. So she's thinking that one of the people who are still alive is the mastermind and she doesn't want to work with them. That's because she has a gap in information that I have that she doesn't. Okay, makes sense. Forgot about that part. I thought it was just because he's a prick. Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Take a look at these people. Very important. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
And maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Ding dong bing bong.
This is a school announcement.
So it's not automated.
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
It sure has.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
And we've got a lot of ground to cover.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Okay. No more poo-hoo-hoos. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood, Togami, whatever, flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. You know who would have figured it out? Unironically, even though people thought that she was kidding, Miyu. She would have figured it out. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
cause, I
But
mean,
up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? Oh yeah, because she likes him too. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So let's talk. So, you're gonna go off on your own now too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Investigate. Box 16. Yeah. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Maguro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds. But these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. Alright, let's go to the second floor, because we're right here. We just need to turn around and, go over there. Yeah, it's totally open. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms. I wonder if... Never mind. Which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Ooh. There's bodily fluid there. Wait, triangle. Yeah, okay, so that can't get through. We can go in here though. Which is a room. We can look at the bed. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. But there's papers all over there. We can't look at the papers? I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Okay, well, I guess we've seen all there is to see in this dorm. So now we need to go... Yeah, literally just rubble in the doorway. So now we need to go down this way, towards this hallway. Can we go in the girls' room? Will he let us? Just out of curiosity? Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Alright, I guess. Let's go in the boys' bathroom. Just to see. It looks nice. I like the marble. It looks real nice. Okay. Well, nothing in here. Some nice urinals. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Host Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I guess let's go left or right. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Oh, Monicum coin. That I don't really need anymore, but it's fine. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. How about the one that is open, though? I wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... Bzzzt. No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it up, which means none of us can do it. But there's a whole thing downstairs. I wonder if I can open up this locker. Okay, I'm not reading all the card reader stuff again. Just bzzzt. Nope, not that one. Oh, no. No, I meant triangle. I'm gonna try all of these until it's Makoto's. But I'm not gonna read any of that. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. This one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only... Oh, I guess there's more on the other side. Nope. Okay. Some of them look like they could be opened. Some of them don't. Nope, not that one. Oh, can't imagine anyone who's gonna get in that one. Oh. Okay, well, I guess we'll also make a trip downstairs to go get some of the card readers. That's what I would do. But Makoto's not me. Ooh, look at that. That's yucky. And then that must be where the headmaster's room is. Like where he stays. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Well, what gave it away? About an adult's room? The alcohol that's over there? Pretty sure that's Jack Daniels down there. I know that they want us to talk to her, but I just want to look around. That... You know, if you had a TV up there, that would make this couch usable. Because what's the point of having the couch if you don't have any entertainment? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Oh, well fine, I guess, if you don't want me to talk to my girl. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However,
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words,
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
however,
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
whew,
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Didn't you say he was extremely intelligent? But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? And also think about it. Maybe a year ago there wasn't a lot of information about the Ultimate Despair because maybe they were only founded a year ago. Food for thought. I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. The Ultimate Despair has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so what else do you want me to... Maybe this seemingly obvious secret passageway? Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something?
So,
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
indeed,
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Either the right password, enter the right password, and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room that she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Maybe she's thinking that he's in there. Especially because Alter Ego said that he was still in the school. I just don't know if she's gonna like what she finds. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoka can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoka wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. Kyoka was like, how dare you? How dare you probably be right? I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password? Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like it's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Well then, let's get on over there. And try K-Y-O-K-O. K-Y-O-K-O. You can detect me, Kyoko. I don't know. Don't ask. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in, it's also not a safe password, but it's fine. Beep. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked! She's like, I don't know how to feel about this.
why?
Oh, poor thing. Why did you abandon me if you still cared about me this much? I don't understand. And I think she knows deep down something that's about to be revealed to us. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Oh, my poor girl. My poor, poor girl. Kyoko. Let's follow her. Oh, look at that back there. Oh, I can't wait to look at it. It makes me sad every time. It makes me so sad every time. Poor thing. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Probably that... Oh. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. Oh, are we supposed to be looking at the present now? I want to see what she says. She was right, it was unusual, and she couldn't stop looking at it. No, not just looking, glaring. Oh, I wonder if she knows. I think she does. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Yeah, he screamed. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? We've seen those before, by the way, in the prologue. It's literally the opening scene, like the opening execution. That man that we had no idea who it was. This is him. It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. Yeah, but the mastermind expected them to be found, which is why they're wrapped in a joyful box to spread despair. I mean, who could have possibly imagined? Kyoko. Kyoko did. Just as I thought. What? Ask her about it. Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. That man at the beginning of the video was Kyoko Kirigiri's dad, Jin Kirigiri, the headmaster of Hope's Peak High School. That's who it was. Like I said, we'll see him again. And sure enough, we do. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least, what's left of him. Are you serious? Have you known Kyoko to not be serious? That's what I want to know, Makoto. This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind. The headmaster is a man in his late 30s. He's somewhere in the school. And then the killing game began with 16 participants, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are the 16 students. Not... Think about that word choice, by the way. Take a step in Hope's Peak. Anyways. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? She gave up the pride to come to Hope's Peak. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. That's definitely what I would say. Look at the picture. Huh? This picture? Look at her! That's little baby Kyoko. She's adorable. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Oh, my poor girl. You know that it's bad when their hair starts flying. And it's all stringy. Poor thing.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. Oh, the poor thing. Oh, I want to give her a hug. Oh, she's my favorite. And this time, he even stole the opportunity I had to move on. Technically, he's not the one who stole the opportunity. But it's okay. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster. Aw. Poor thing. The Headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of an emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we can continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? Sure, anything for you. A favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more. But,
Hey,
could you leave? Oh, yes. If you need space, I will give you space. I just want you to be okay. My poor thing. Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Oh. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I
Just
need
a
to
second.
get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened, what I went through. It doesn't. I'm so sorry. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've gotten myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Oh. Poor thing. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. Yeah, he finalized the plan to isolate us. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... yeah, one of the 16 people that are students at this school. 15 of us met in the main hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Wow. Even Mukuro. And she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Well, you know what? That's great. Let's go back down this hallway. And we can go to the, is it this room? Yeah. The locker room. And we'll open all of these lockers. Starting this one over here. I wonder if I can open the locker. The handbook. Maybe the locker's owner. Wait, but what about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader and... beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. This locker's totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Well, it looks like Hiro's. This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Are you sure about that? Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? Unless there's been another ultimate clairvoyant, which I don't think that there has been. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Higakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes. Which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had a chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Locker notebook has been added to the truth bolt section of your notebook. Alright, let's do this one over here. Whose are you? I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader and... beep. Let's see what we've got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Oh, well, that's dumb. Okay. Emergency handbook, beep. Let's get inside. This thing is practically empty, except for one notebook. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's something written inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Who do we know that's meticulous? Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. Oh, she mad. Also, pretty sure we learn that he did consult other people. She probably just didn't either realize that or think that who he consulted were the people that needed to be consulted. I can't imagine a worse father. Oh. Poor girl stayed mad at him. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. Yeah. So we have to read it again. What does all this mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What is this? Oh, it didn't even let us see it. What does it mean? It says, despair walks around us, there's a second despair. I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. There's a second despair. Keep that in mind. Also, that doesn't look like what her handwriting would look like. But the more I see, the less it makes sense. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belonged to Hiro? And a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Okay, well, let's check the other lockers. Beep. Nope, don't see anything. That could be a clue. Don't see anything that might be a clue. That's dumb. Are these the only two lockers that I can look through? Fine. Okay, well, I guess that's it in here. Let's go to... So, we went in there. Kyoko's still in here. We need to go to... Not here. Okay, so we need to go to the 5th floor. So let's just go floor by floor. So we need to go to We need to go to the 4th floor, because we need to go in the data center. And we need to go into the headmaster's room. So let's go over here to the data center. Hina,
Hey, Makoto.
are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But,
Although, I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I
Because it might explode, right? And that really sucks. So, you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Alright, well, let's open it then. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the doors opened much easier than I expected. Well, there was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Well, what do we need to look at? Let's look at this little cover right here. Even though it won't let us open it. There's some kind of hatch on the floor. Right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. Oh, Makoto, you butt. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? The family would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just or whatever something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says data center. Data center? I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled data center. That must be the one she pushed. But the data center, that's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. You still won't let me look at this? Okay, fine. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Alright, let's talk to him. Hey! Grrr, give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
What? Aw, man, busted! How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Yeah, that's where the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma? Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? What? For real? Yep, it looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... yeah, the mastermind's not one of you. It'll fall into place. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Wrong. That's what Monokuma would say. Monokuma control room has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like the face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. She's like, you don't trust me. Why? Poor thing. I trust you, Hina. I would tell you. What about you? Is everything okay? No, she's mad because you won't tell her what's going on. Oh, well, it's just... this is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like... you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Can I check this first? Oh, fine. Click. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door! It just locked on its own! What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted! Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, no fair! You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like!
Hey,
It's for your benefit! Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around! Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? I was trying to be, but Makoto said, no. There's other things to do, and I said, Makoto, really? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? I tried, but Makoto said, no. No way! The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance, and you blew it.
Too bad.
Yeah, thank you. Of course, that hatch can't be open from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace! He's gone, but was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you've got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later. Hina took off at a full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Alright, we gotta go to the headmaster's room. Oh, that's the music room. Headmaster's room. What is this again? Office. This place is locked up tighter than Togomi's butt. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Do I have to talk to him? I bet I do. Let's talk to him, I guess. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78 student registry? It contains profiles for all of us and Mukuro.
So in other
Apparently,
words...
class number 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned class number 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words...
there can be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get in, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So in other words...
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro than that we still didn't have. Oh, I guess that this does come in when he's... But every other time it's Kyoko. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. We can't get like a super good look at that, but... Does she look familiar to you? The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak Academy, she didn't display any signs of battle, wounds, or scars. She didn't display any signs of battle, wounds, or scars. Anyways, keep that in mind. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean... But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Despair. That's all. Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class. It's number 78. Anyways, that should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. Byakuya's got it figured out. I think. I don't know. Maybe. He seems to be pretty smart. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. It even lists her vitals, 30, 31, 22, 32. Because apparently that's vital information that we have, because this is an anime game. But we can look at the report cards. So we're looking for girls who are 5'7". Was she 5'7"? No, she's 5'5". Kyoko is 5'6". Hina is 5'3". Toko is 5'4". Sakura is way above 5'7". She's 6'4". Celeste is 5'5". And oh look, 5'7", 97 pounds, 31. Anyways, that's how Jay from the Cub Scouts figured things out, by the way. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? Ew, Makoto.
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Makoto. Byakuya. I don't really like you, but I'm with you on this one. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? I think that is what he's saying. However, it's like technically not correct, but technically it's like one of those weird truths where it's like half right, but anyways. Well, yes, but no. That's one of those. Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right? You know I hate him, but I love doing his voice. It's so fun for me.
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. I don't think you ever weren't his errand boy, but it's okay. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice? For me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. And he likes her. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Did he figure out that that's the headmaster's daughter? I don't know if that's ever revealed to us, but I bet he figured out. Huh?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? He probably figured out the plan to keep us in here and was like, oh, and that's his daughter, so... Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. Are your hunches usually proven correct? Because I don't know. I'll keep it in mind, thanks. Alright, well, I don't really want to talk to you anymore, so let's look at this bookcase. The bookshelf seems really well made, and it's filled with files and thick books. Papers? There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Okay, oh look, a katana. It looks like the one that was in the gym. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. Okay. Class number 8 student registry. Apparently, that's us. It has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning, and Mukuro. Just like us, Mukuro was apparently a new student here at Hope's Peak. Mukuro Ikusaba, part of the Ultimate Despair. Which means her and the Mastermind should have been allies. But then, why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Okay. We need to go upstairs now. Okay, I need to go to the, this way. I need to go to the bio lab. And that will help us a lot. Also, we need to do some, no, we can count in here. We can count in here. Rah. I've never understood why it says that, but it's so funny. Look at this place, there's icicles everywhere. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Have you ever seen Bones? Do you know what a morgue is? Have you ever seen Mortuary Assistant? There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. Ugh, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. So, looking at these, there's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. Makoto, honey, that's on the right side. But on the other side... Oh, the left side of the... Okay. That's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. So now we look at this. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone layer generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have been activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Why? This is the instruction manual for the fridge? Okay, so click on this again. The right-hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. Biolab secret has been added to the truth ball section. And about those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up so when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up blue. Another one of the victims is... Biolab lights. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died. And that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Alright, let's count these, okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, okay? Let's look at these. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, not 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. It's 9 bodies, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Can I click on them again? Can I look at them again? Can I open? So I can't open them. Oh darn, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I also need to go to the dojo and the garden. So let's go to the dojo first. It's right here. Oh, Toko's here. Hi, Toko. She does not want to talk to us. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
Oh. Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have to have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Calm down, Toko.
What's your
Don't
problem?
tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Well, the argument. Master will. Oh, at least she's self-aware. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Yeah, okay. Oh, not triangle. Let's leave. Alright, we'll go to the garden. In the garden, in the garden. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Anyways. So it won't let me click on it? Maybe the body is inside the tool shed. I better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. A tarp played a key role in another case, so... I'd better look into it. Alright, well, we could look at it. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer must have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab? Then this originally came from the Biolab? Tarp has been added to the Truth Ball section of your handbook. Alright, I think that's all in here, and then we need to go back to the Biolab. And I think this is when we can check things. That's all I really needed to check here. Ding dong bing bong. No, we're cut short. How monstrous. How evil. How despair-inducing. Sorry, I'm annoying.
This is a school announcement.
I'm panicking and getting bored, so we're gonna start the class trial.
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASAP possible.
Oh, it's this. What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Oh, you're just gonna take me there. Thank goodness. Thank goodness you're taking me there. Oh, Yasuhiro does not look so good. Oh, hey, Hiro. Oh, Makoto? Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Oh, is it only gonna be Makoto? That's funny. Boing! Monokuma.
I am Monokuma!
Hello, welcome, hello! Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? Alright, I guess let's get it. This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. Aww. I love this picture. Do you notice anything? It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. was everyone who come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right, when Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Mukuro Ikusaba? Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that. Just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And, now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. Also, I love that everyone's in uniforms and Celeste's just back there in Gothic Lolita fashion. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. Well, yes, well, actually no. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't even know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean... Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know? So I mean, get out. But I told you I'm not feeding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. He's like, get out, go. I guess that means he's done talking. Dang it. Group photo has been added to the truth bolt section of your handbook. We need to go back to the 5th floor. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. Well, that's okay. We can go to the 5th floor. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Yeah, try that generative AI. Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Okay, well, we need to also go to the 5th floor. So, let's go over here by the biolab. So we need to go back in here. I decided to visit the biolab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there was her, passed out, again. Huh? Toko? Well, oh, she's got one open. Toko, are you okay? No. She's not dead, is she? No, she's not. She's, you know, she's full of life. Ah! It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? I must have fainted again. I bet you were just standing there. No, let's not. No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Keep that in your head. Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. Yep, memory has been added to the truth bowl section. But all I want to know right now is where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so. I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Alright, my voice for her goes in and out. Genocide Jack shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about that picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Well, let's look at the body that's out here. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was in here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why is everything gotta be so difficult with her? I don't know.
Anyway...
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly, she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there? That's it? Alright. Are you done yet? Are you done now? I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. She's like, bro, really now? What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he would give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. I feel like we just talked to her about this. So, now what?
Because...
Oh, we need to look at the tarp. That's right, forgot about that. You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Ah, it's the same one as the one I found in the garden tool shed. And if I remember, that tarp, it had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp has been updated in the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. Alright, now can we talk to her? Is she done now? I should ask Kyoko about that. No! Okay, so... So what else do I look at?
would seem...
Ah, okay. It would seem the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9? 9 lights? Battle-led lights has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook. Whew. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Geez, that was fast. Really, that felt like forever.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Both the stomach wound and blow to the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The body was covered in other wounds. By the way. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said that they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say that they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference. You should, but it's okay.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever. Like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? She's figuring it out too. One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Kyoko's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
So, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's definitely, absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mukuro Ikusaba. But that's funny because, who else has those same vitals? Anyways. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the Truth Bolt section of your handbook.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Makoto will warm you up. I'll warm you up. Oh, wait. Are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still the victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. At first I thought that said appealing. Until I moved my head, and then I saw that there was no E in it. And I was like, oh, That's cute. But no, she's like, no, I don't like that. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive? Too trusting.
So then-
You're too trusting. That's what she means. I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Alright, well, then let's ask her. She's over here. Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
She's like, what do you mean? He's dead. How could I have?
So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you'd need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? Oh girl, we sure did. I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What?
She's like, what do you mean? What do you mean I wrote about him?
If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? The video? I know about the video. The video? Video?
Makoto.
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although, I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD? And it says class number 78 urgent interviews?
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Interview DVDs have been added to the Truth Bowl section of your handbook.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Babe, I'll listen to you ramble all day long. Ramble?
In other words...
So, as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burn with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be comforted with his death and suddenly feeling this way. Oh, confronted with his death and suddenly feeling this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it. Her smile was full of sorrow.
Whew.
So, that's it for my rambling. There's still so much I can do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange. No, it was endearing, it was sweet, it was cute.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko says something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. Pretty sure that's not actually where he watches it at. I'm pretty sure he watches it in the headmaster's room. Yeah, I think he watches it in the headmaster's room in the anime. Oh, wrong way. I need to go this way. I was right the first time. AV room. Oh, I guess we just watch it on this first one. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, I'd better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then, all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? Oh, I guess it appears here too. But all the other times it's been Kyoko. It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
Why is the music so loud? Can I make the music less loud? Options. Background music volume. There we go. Voice volume is literally all the way up. It's so loud.
I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter. Also, that's probably why he's not being a detective. He was intelligent, but he just... Because he just said, I don't really take notes during conversation. And obviously Kyoko does.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute.
I wonder who voices him. I'll have to look that up later.
It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up now. Keith Silverstein. I don't know who that is. It's the same as Mondo's voice actor. That's why the voice sounds so familiar. That makes sense. I forgot about that. Sayaka and Chihiro have the same voice actress.
Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Wait, why is his voice and hers isn't? You want me to accept that? I don't remember my Sayaka voice anymore. Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school?
I accept.
What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe.
Oh, poor guy.
As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not very much help when you're dead, huh? She's dead. Dead. All the Romanovs are dead. As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now. But only this. I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes started back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. It's Makoto! Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Why'd he say it like that? Yes. Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He met his future wife's dad. Anyways, he and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This can't be real. Yeah, you know what else can't be real? The direction that they gave to Bryce Papenbrook in the studio. Say this, say yes. Yes. Like, you know what I mean? I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
Yeah, he's determined, Makoto.
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. Oh, and I love that he didn't include Hiro in that. They all said that they agreed to live in the school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looked like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then. When? Doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my butt. You cut the power on purpose. You know it's real, and it's going down when Makoto starts cursing. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, I'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Oh yeah, memory, gone, forgotten, everything.
Hey,
A convenient outcome, something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or interview DVD has been updated in the Truth Belt section of your handbook. I am going to turn up the music again because I kind of missed box 16. Okay. Oh, well, it's not box 16, but that's fine. Ding dong bing bong. Is it finally trial time?
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end.
Mm-hmm.
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started.
All right.
The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time Hope and Despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Okay, and actually it will be the end next time. So the chapter 6 trial is really long, and it actually is in 2 halves, so I'm going to split those in 2 parts. So sorry, I know that I like to make the trials 1 episode, but it would be very, very long, and I think it needs to be 2 episodes because of how it's split up. So, I'm going to leave this here, and next time we will do part 1 of the chapter 6 trial. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Also, thank you for letting me have a week break. I think I needed it. But, bye guys.